I want us to be more snobby in 2024. Like, don't worry about if people perceive you as a snob or not. I want you to be, oh, I came up with this term actually all on my own the other day. It just popped in my mind. I want us to be spiritual germaphobes. Like, be very, very picky. You know how people who are germaphobes, they like bring alcohol wipes with them everywhere. And if they sit on a plane, they will just start pulling out their alcohol wipes and wiping down the seats and the trays and everything. And then we might roll our eyes a little bit at those people, right? Because we see their efforts as kind of futile, especially if you're in a very public space. But I feel like, you know what, there's something to be said about that mentality that might actually be beneficial if we apply it to spiritual or our energetics, our energy. Yeah, be an energetic germaphobe would be my immediate advice to you in 2024. Don't let people who are unhinged, or even if they're like doing their best, if they're not on the same level as you and you perceive that they might be a liability down the line to be associating with this person, then cut the cord immediately. Don't feel bad about it. Be a germaphobe about it, right? Like, okay, you can think of it as, it's not like you rejecting them as a person necessarily. You could have compassion for them as a person. However, if they're acting in a way that doesn't align with the level that you're at, then you have full permission and carte blanche to wipe them down with an alcohol wipe in the energetic sense, right? Like, keep them at a distance, keep them at bay, draw your line in the sand, make an excuse if you have to get away from them. If you feel like they're really, really glomping onto you, or if you feel like you can't get away, don't feel bad about like telling a little white lie to get away from them as quickly as possible. I have a specific story about this after my flight back to Tokyo from Dubai, and it was delayed. There was like a whole thing on the plane, and so that made us late, which made everybody on that flight miss the last train. And so that's a whole other story. This live is getting a little long. I think we're over an hour now, so maybe I'll talk about that at length in another live stream. Not to bitch and complain, but just to show you basically this is where I went wrong. And you know, everything happens for a reason, so I'm not like upset or anything. I don't regret anything, but the fact that I was thrust into this situation, it taught me a lesson to really, you cannot play around with maintaining your energetic boundaries and limiting people's access to you, especially if it's like strangers, right? That you don't know. It doesn't matter like how charming they are or how friendly they are. We're not talking about if somebody's a nice person or if they're friendly. We are talking about their level of spiritual maturity, their emotional stability, right? Like, it may just not be on the same level as you. And if it's not, then you are doing not only yourself, but everyone who is in your circle, right? Everyone who learns from you and who looks up to you, you're doing them a disservice by allowing those types of people to have access to you for free, at least, if that makes sense.